Symphony itself is almost 2 years old. It was created on the 1st of April 2011, and it came about from the amalgamation of two existing housing groups. One was called Vicinity and the other was called Contour Housing Group. As a group, we've got 10 member organisations. 7 of those member organisations are housing associations. Between them, they manage now almost 40,000 homes right across the northwest of England, and we've got stock in about 30 local authority areas in the northwest of England. We employ over 1,000 people across the organisation. We provide those properties on an affordable basis, often called social housing. But in addition, we invest a lot of resources, financial and staff resources every year in the wider community, in our neighbourhoods, in the environments, in young people, working with people to try and enable them into employment.
I'm Paddy Delmere, Jigsaw Apprentice for Liverpool Housing Trust. Well, I was job searching for about a year and I thought that an apprenticeship would be better, so I was just looking on the National Apprenticeship website and found this, and it more or less found me, if you know what I mean. Before I had this, I was unemployed. I've got a young son, so I couldn't provide really for him until I got this, and it's changed my life, definitely, for the better.
LHT is a housing provider. There's 3 neighbourhood offices, one here in Runcorn, which manages stock in Halton, parts of Cheshire and St Helens, and the other 2 districts are in Liverpool. Castlefields was an estate where there was a low demand of property and a high turnover. There was a 10-year master plan to regenerate the whole area, and LHT worked in partnership with Plus Dane, the other housing provider, and also with Halton Borough Council, and there was a wide consultation which involved all the residents to see what they would like to see improved. The vast majority of residents wanted the old blocks to be demolished and new homes built, which you can see here. In total, LHT demolished 12 blocks and rebuilt homes for those people.
When we first came up here, everywhere was pure white, but didn't stay pure white long, and it started to run down. And then they started to knock down some of the different places and the grotty areas, and started to do regeneration, and that's been a hell of a big difference ever since. I mean, when we first started up here and we had the old shops, they were a horror, closed-in unit, and people just wouldn't go through at night time.
Old Bank House is a supported scheme for homeless people. We cater for 36 residents with 6 move-on flats. The supported scheme is state-of-the-art, it's fresh, it's bright, it's clean, nothing like you'll see around the city. And when people come in here, they are quite surprised at the supported scheme, and it gives them an incentive to move on with their lives. It's like a stepping stone for them to move on it and rebuild their lives. The building's actually been open now for just over 12 months. I've actually worked for the organisation for 20 years.
I ended up going into a lock-secured ward in Wiston, and then I was put into Old Bank House here. Well, Old Bank House itself, the physical building, is absolutely fantastic. What a modern innovation this is for a hostel environment. And the staff here have been absolutely brilliant.
Before I went over to Cobalt, I was with the Liverpool City Council. Cobalt, yeah, they are a good group, more because if you need things done and they promise you dates, they'll stick to that date, and if they can't, they'll stick to the nearest next date. They were doing new fits, as in the whole back kitchens, and then it was what you had, you got back off them.
They've been a good landlord to me. I've been with Cobalt now for about 27 years, and I've never had a problem. I take part in the no smoking scheme. Well, there's lots of incentives on it. You know, one of the incentives are that every 4 weeks, if you've fulfilled the criteria, you get a voucher that you can use to spend on yourself. It's like a little reward for doing well. The main thing is for me is that I've actually given up smoking.
I work monitoring the development programme across the group, so LHT, Cobalt, Contour Homes, Highburn Homes and Peak Valley. But it's a development scheme that we've been involved with for probably about over 10 years now. It was first brought to us by Oldham Council as a partnership agreement. We started working with a developer at the time looking to buy some units off the shelf. Once that progressed a bit further, it was decided that Contour Homes would take the development forward from start. The finished scheme now is 93 houses. It's a mix of 2, 3 and 4 and 5 bed properties. It's been on site for just over 3 years now, so we've just finished. And there's also a mix of different sustainable properties within the scheme. They're basically properties that are zero carbon, so the residents that will be living in them will have very low energy bills. They'll also have extra appliances within them, like photovoltaic panels, to help reduce their electricity bills. And what we're going to do over the next 2 years is monitor their performance. So hopefully we'll be able to see how the residents are using the properties, if it's a benefit for them to live in these type of properties. And then we'll be able to hopefully progress that across other schemes in the